We're in Hammersmith and we'll be taking a look around this vibrant part of West London.
Marcus takes a COVID test.
And Paul is in the kitchen where he's cooking with the staples that we found in our cupboard. Let's start the show!
Yay!
Hammersmith in West London is one of those places you may know of, but not know much about. We're right there with you, so let's see what's on offer. King Street was the main road to Windsor Castle for hundreds of years. Today it is Hammersmith's main shopping route and is also lined with restaurants, including Japanese diner Eat Tokyo, where we had lunch with friends. The Lyric Theatre can also be found on King Street. Opened in 1888 as a music hall, it was threatened with demolition in the 1960s. It was saved, but reinstalled brick by brick from its old home at nearby Bradmore Grove to King Street and reopened in 1979. Ravenscourt Park is a 13-acre open space featuring wildlife habitats, tennis and badminton courts, a tea house and garden centre. It's an oasis of calm in one of London's most bustling areas. The Hammersmith Apollo, currently called the Eventum Apollo, is a live entertainment performance venue. Upcoming acts in November include music greats Soft Cell, comedian Sarah Millican, and a night with the former stars of A Question of Sport. Hammersmith also has one of London's biggest Irish communities, including the thriving Irish Cultural Centre, so I feel right at home. I wonder if they have any Tato crisps.
We have been away and we just came back. There's nothing in the fridge. I didn't stock the fridge before I came back because things go off. So unfortunately it's gonna be store cupboard ingredients. So let's see what we have, shall we? Canned goods. Okay. Canned goods. So we have Mr. Organic butter beans. Haven't had this for a while, so okay, let's put this to the side, shall we? We have canned tomatoes, canned chopped tomatoes. So this is always good. We also have fusilli pasta. So I'm thinking maybe we make like this casserole type thing. So put that to the side. There's also maybe some green lentils. This is like a Indian Spanish twist to things, maybe. Okay, so we also have lots of other ingredients that I could add to the mix for like, so I may or may not use curry powder. I think I would. We also have oregano, which I love to use. It has like this earthy flavor to it. Marcus likes thyme, so why not make room for some thyme? Maybe a little bit of turmeric. I am trying out these different flavors and I don't know whether I really like them yet, but I think it's good to experiment. And of course I do like chili flakes. So let's see what I have in the fridge, shall we? Not a lot in here. Oh, look. I have this Spanish chorizo. For those of you that don't really want to have too much pork, you could substitute this with chicken that you have in the refrigerator. But this is cured Spanish sausage, I suppose, that has chili and other flavors in here. So this is a good way to spice up the dish. I also have some Mediterranean paste. What's in here? So in here is tomato paste, crushed tomatoes, red wine vinegar. It has like some red wine taste to it. There's like, so I think this will illuminate any dish because it's, so there's tomato, burgundy red wine, and garlic puree. So I think it's a good way to mix things up. I also have some mixed hot chilies that have had better days. And I remember, I have some of these button mushrooms that have had better days. They're not exactly in their prime, but they're not wet and soggy just yet. So we'll be using that. And I have some grana padano. It's kind of like pecorino. Like, I like adding cheese to it because it's a good way to add some different textures and to also make it somewhat creamy. Last but not least, I did notice some parsley in the refrigerator, and I also have some lemons in there that will add different layers to the taste. Like the parsley will add a greenness to it, like a freshness to it, and also the acidity of the lemon will also cut the dish somewhat if it's feeling too heavy. So why don't I get chopping and then you could come back while I do it. So I have diced the chorizo into quarters of like one slice. So I'm not adding oil to this because this has a lot of fat. So let's pour it in. I hope I cut all of So this will render, it will take a while for the fat to render. So I have chopped 2 cloves of garlic, 1 large onion, some of the chili peppers, the mini chili peppers, and I've also cut the mushrooms into little bits. So this will all go towards our lovely Spanish type of casserole.
This smells nice, Paul.
Yeah, it does, and I can't forget to put on my apron, otherwise I'm going to get it all mucky and yucky. So, the reason I didn't add any oil was because I know that the chorizo is going to produce a lot of oil. Alright, so the reason I'm doing this is to render some of the fat off. I think this is good for the chorizo now. I think it is cooked to begin with, but I think I've released all the oils now. So I need to lower the heat and then take this out so that I could fry up the onion and garlic in that. So this is what I like to do. I like to use its own oil. Okay, so this is done. Because it looks crispy. Yummy. Right, so I'm not gonna put the garlic yet. I'm just gonna put the onion and mushroom first. let's add some oregano. And let's add a bit of turmeric. Let's add some thyme. And a little bit of curry powder. Maybe, is this like a spoonful or like a tablespoon? For like this nice element to it. And let's add this before I forget. Okay. Beans are draining.
Lentils too?
Yeah, it's the cannelloni. No, wait, it is the butter beans and the green lentils. Okay, I'm adding this to the party. Okay, so at this point, I also am going to add the chopped tomatoes. So this will serve as like the base for the pasta casserole, I guess. I may add some tomato paste to thicken up the sauce if it's not thick enough. But this will be cooking for, I think, a good maybe 10 minutes. Well, I have had it simmering and now I just added some of the pasta to this. So let's fold it in to get all that nice tomato sauce all over it. And I did put some of the chili flakes in. So I think Marcus is gonna be but I think it's all good. I'm gonna cut the taste with some lemon juice later. Add some acidity to it. Okay, I'm gonna add these crispy chorizo bites into here. So this is gonna soften up now. And I'm gonna pour all that lovely juice in. So this will add some nice smoky flavor to it. And I'm gonna let it soften. And I'm gonna put the lid on in a few minutes and then have it cook from there. Let's see the magic. Wow. Okay, so let's add half a lemon. Oh. Make sure there aren't any pips. Because I added some chili to it, this will cut any, oops, one dropped in. This will cut out some of the spiciness to make it more palatable. Another good thing to do now that the pasta dish is done is to add some hard cheese to this. This will add another layer of flavor to the dish. This will add like a nuttiness to it, and I really like it cheesy. I don't know. Do you like it cheesy, Marcus?
Not overly.
Why don't I add a little bit more? You need to live a little because there is a lot of chili to it, so maybe this will cut it for you. I don't know. Do you think this is enough now?
Yep.
You sure? You sure? Should I just go a little bit more?
No.
Okay. Sorry. Not sorry. Did I think I added some, but not recently. So some black pepper. Okay, before I add the parsley, I'm gonna mix it up to get it all coated with the cheese and the lemon juice. Okay, now let's add some parsley to this. It all goes in, come on. This will add some freshness to the dish, and it will add some different flavors to it. This will add some pepperiness to it, which is good because there's a lot of different flavors going around. So let's mix this all up. Don't you think that you would maybe see this like at like a restaurant or something, Marcus? Don't you think? This is like a homemade dish that you can easily get at a restaurant, and then you pay so much money for it. And initially, I was planning to order takeout because after a few days away, then you think, why the heck do I want to cook something? But then I thought, no, I shouldn't be spending so much because I spent so much when I was away, right? So it's like, no, you need to make some budget cuts. So here you have it, people. This is my Spanish-inspired chorizo butterbean pasta dish. Shall we have a bit of a taste? Would that be cheeky of me? Okay, this is really bad, people, so sorry I'm doing this, but wow, you could taste the chili hitting you in the face. You could taste the parsley, the freshness of it, and then you could taste the creaminess from the tomatoes. So overall, I sort of like it. So now it's time to potato. Thank you for watching the show. If you like what you see, then please subscribe. I mean, seriously, please subscribe.
I was pinged by the NHS COVID app, which meant that I was in close contact with someone who had coronavirus. I was advised to take a test. Now, it's not one of the easiest things to do, especially if you've got a gag reflex like me, and I wasn't sure, of course, what the result would be. Let's see how it went. I'm really not looking forward to this. I've watched the NHS video on how to take a PCR test, so I know what to do, but I suffer from a gag reflex, and I'm really thinking that because I've got to touch my tonsils that I'm going to gag on this. Anyway, we will give it a go. So I have to open the swab kit from the holdy end, and the swab end, of course, will be only going into my mouth and nose, and this must not touch anything else. I've washed my hands already, so as to not get any infections or anything else nasties onto this. Now, God. That's the best I can do. Now I've got to stick it up my nose. Okay. It's the best that I could do with it. While still holding it, I've now got this vial, and I have to unscrew the vial.
Do you want me to do it?
No, only I can do this. Thank you, Paul. Oh my God, it's tight. Unscrew the vial, and then swabby end in. There's a little break point on this. Break off the. Snap that off. And make this as tight as possible. Okay. So now I need to wash my hands again and then package it up, put it into the post. It's a priority post box, so it should be collected within the hour, and I should get the result within 24 hours. Let's see what happens. Despite thinking I hadn't done the test properly at all, as you've just seen, I must have done, because they were able to test the sample and it came back negative, and I received this very, very fetching good news message in my inbox. I wonder what it says if you test positive.
That bean casserole sure was tasty.
Yes, it certainly was, and I really don't want to have to take another COVID test anytime soon. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.